Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and welcome back to Fit to Lead. This podcast is about being fit to lead in every aspect of life, physically, mentally and emotionally. It's real conversations about life, leadership and navigating the juggle of work, family and everything in between. I'm a cabin manager, a mum and someone passionate about health and fitness and well-being, especially those different stages of life, including perimenopause and beyond. I also share some practical fitness and nutrition tips to help you stay consistent even when life gets busy. And if you haven't already done so, you can download my free guide, The Busy Body Blueprint, at ozcastnetwork.com. Today, I want to share something a little bit more reflective. It's just a collection of my thoughts, really. That's things I've noticed over time. Things I've learned through experience, through work, through relationships, and through my life. The older I get, the more I realise that life is not actually about doing everything perfectly. It's about learning, adjusting, and growing as we go. And sometimes it takes years to understand things we once thought we already knew. When I was young, it's easy to take my health for granted. So I used to not even think about going to the gym or even eating healthy. I used to eat bowls of chips and I used to put salad cream on toast. It's like random. I used to get a bag of plain crisps and then just put loads of vinegar in it to make my own salt and vinegar and then drink the vinegar out the bottom. Oh, honestly, the list is endless and I'm sure we've all lived our lives like this as a child. You don't even think that your future self and how important it is for your health, really. So I don't know. I guess in them days, I remember going out night clubbing, coming home at some ridiculous hour of the morning, getting changed, and going off to my Saturday job as a hairdresser, sweeping floors and making teas and coffee. I hadn't had any sleep because I'd been out night clubbing. But you just push through then. And I don't know, back then, things were different. I feel now that we overwork a lot more than we used to. I think I used to go and do my job and come home at that time. Whereas I feel now we're at work longer, And then, I don't know, I'd be living off minimum sleep as well. I think because your body's younger, you think, oh, well, I can push through here and that's all right. If anything breaks or I don't feel, we'll just fix it later on. That kind of attitude. But as time went on, I've started to realise that without my health, everything becomes hard, especially going through stages of my life now. My energy, my mindset, my patience, and the ability to cope with stress. Everything's connected, really. And suddenly, when you looking after yourself isn't a luxury, it's a priority as you get older. And I find with conversations that you're having now, when I was younger, I would be argumentative and want to cause a row. Not want to cause a row, but, if somebody say something to me, I'd have to have the last word. Whereas now I feel, as I'm getting older, every conversation doesn't need to be a battle. I've taken a bit of a step back and, and realise that you're not actually going to win every disagreement that you're going to have. So now I make sure that I protect myself, protect my energy. And I decide to choose peace over trying to prove a point anymore. Like when I was younger, I guess it's all about, I can do this. I remember someone saying to me, oh, you couldn't do something. And so I did it. I just proved that I could do it. If somebody says, oh, you'll never become an air hostess, for instance, I'm like, yes, I will. And I prove I'm wrong. That's just my mindset I was. Whereas now I decide to choose the peace over proving my point to people. There's something I definitely didn't understand when I was young. I don't know whether you can relate to me. You just didn't get it, I don't think. But the older I'm getting, I look at people's behaviour and, we make assumptions, but you never really know what someone's dealing with behind the scenes. People have stress and health issues and family pressures and stuff. So everyone's fighting their own battles, even if it doesn't look like it on the surface, like something's going on inside. So we just have to be kind to each other. I think when you really understand what it is, what changes people, you know how to treat them better. You kind of become softer. If somebody is argumentative with me at work, I become more of a softer tone rather than trying to raise my voice to rise above them or to be at the same level. I tend to just soften my voice and be kind and less reactive, I'm finding, as I'm getting older. And the older I'm getting as well, you realise that consistency beats intensity. So whereas I was at the gym, intensity was high and going every day, whereas now I'm just finding as long as I go and it's consistent, that's enough to keep me where I need to be. Because really and truthfully, your progress will come from the small, consistent actions, like I've spoke about in my previous podcasts about planning and organising yourselves week to week, being consistent with that every single week. You actually will see more of a progress than you would smashing yourself in the gym and on a severe diet for 1 week. So just showing up again and again and again, I'm just finding, it just works. It works for me. And I don't know, like I used to be a people pleaser. I still am in a slight little way, but I've learned now that saying no is actually okay and is a form of self-respect, to be fair. For a long time, I would be saying yes to absolutely everything, like at work, with people I'm around, expectations, obligations, just everything. I would just be, yes, that's fine. When really and truthfully, I didn't want to, but I just do it anyway. And whereas I find I'm okay with it now to say, actually, no, if I don't want to do something, I will say no. And I think this has changed my life, I guess, in the last 10 years as I've got older, and all my different changes, so my jobs and my circumstances, and realising life is moving very quickly. Like we are already in the middle of June and I don't know, I just feel like Christmas is just round the corner and it's going to be another year. I'm going to be then 52 in March. It's like, where's the time going? Life's really going very quickly. So to me, the people in your life it's so important that you've got the right people in your life for you to be happy, because life's all about being happy, isn't it, at the end of the day? So I just wanted to come on. I guess the episode really is just a reminder, not just for you listening, but for me too, really, that life has a way of teaching us what really matters. Sometimes gently, sometimes the hard way. And wisdom isn't about having everything figured out. It's about being open enough to keep learning, to keep growing, and to keep adjusting as life changes. Thanks for listening. Until next time, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for listening to Fit to Lead. I hope today's episode reminded you that no matter what season of life you're in, you are capable of leading yourself forward one step at a time. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it, follow the podcast and leave a review. And don't forget, you can download my free guide, The Busybody Blueprint, at ozcastnetwork.com. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay strong and keep leading with purpose. Awesome.